Hey guys, it's Nephis here, and if you want to get a free Torchbug pet you can only typically get from ESO Stream Team streamers, then all you have to do is vote for Team North America. If you want to catch some thug hands though, you can try voting for Team Europe. Let me explain. This Friday, you get to watch a North America versus Europe showdown, where we will have to kill every single thing and every single boss, secret or otherwise, in Blackwood Villa before the other team does, so we can win a gaming chair that will give us 10,000 more stats than anybody else in ESO. Meanwhile, if you correctly predict who the winning team will be, you get a devoted Torchbug pet. Now, I'm on Team NA, and let me tell you something. We practiced a few times yesterday, and we're looking at a 45-minute speedrun here, which is pretty impressive. I mean, 44 minutes. If we get real lucky with the crit RNG, I legit don't know anyone else who can complete Blackwood Villa in less than 45 minutes, alright? A lot of people these days are saying I'm pretty washed up. That's not true. I'm pretty confident is what I am. I mean, if I wasn't confident, why would I be bringing a Templar tank? A lot of people these days are saying, oh, Nephis is going a little senile, weaken the mind. But do you know how mentally fortified you have to be to hold block in ESO? I am a spiritual gangster, serving my life sentence in this vessel of flesh. I'm so confident that I've already sold the chair I typically game in, so I'll be playing standing up. I'm so confident. I'm going to add everyone here in the ESOU Discord about this poll. I'm so confident that I'm even bringing a healer with us. And I noticed that the European team is copying us here. That's pretty toxic not bringing a healer, actually. I mean, how toxic do you have to be to not bring a healer to a dungeon? Seriously, you think you're too elite and too cool for a healer? This is exactly why Team NA is going to win. Now, let me tell you something about this competition here. When I was picked as a team captain, they told me, Nephis, you can choose anyone you want. You know what I did? I went to Craglorn's Zone Chat and put out an advertisement for 3 great DPS who could do at least 40k DPS in 3 mil dummy, because I believe that anyone in NA is better than the best players on EU. And the people from ZeniMax Online Studios looked at me like I was crazy, asked me, are you sure about this? Oh my god. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. Then they asked me why I was doing this, why I was throwing the competition away by bringing this Kodayak 709 guy from Zerodead Zone Chat. I'm going to tell you what I told them. Alright? Like what the 15 generations of my ancestors used to say, multiplication is better than addition. Did you know that on the EU server, they don't X up for groups or invites in text chat? They plus up. Like, who does that? The X is clearly a superior character to use over the plus symbol. You want a successful group? You need people. How do you get people? You multiply people. You want big dig trial score? You multiply that score. You want big dig DPS? You multiply the debuffs and buffs while calculating their formula of mitigation equals resistance minus armor debuff multiplied by the value of 1 minus percentage penetration subtracted by the flat penetration divided by your level multiplied by 1,000. If you want to become a winner, you multiply. And that's why you X up and not plus up. Furthermore, did you know on EU, they call the DPS role DD? Like, hello? Are we going for Dromothra Destroyer or something? Why are you looking for Dromothra Destroyers? And EU players claim, oh, DD stands for Damage Dealer. Alright. And, this was the moment during the meeting with Todd Howard where he looked all confused and said, hey, that makes no sense. And I agreed. And that's why this QuakeCon poll and news article says DPS, not DD or Damage Dealer. Now, you may be saying, wait, that sort of makes sense. DD sort of makes sense. No. Just stop. Just stop with the socialist, communist, European croissant, pierogi talk, alright? We're American on the NA server, and that includes the Australians, the Singaporeans, the Brazilians, the Canadians, and everybody else in every other part of the world except the EU. We don't say DD, we say DPS, like real people, like real gamers. Now, if you really think saying DPS is primitive, okay, fine. Well, who would win in a fight? A gorilla or a human? I bet my virginity that a gorilla would win, so that's why I'm placing my bet on Team NA. Do you know how strong gorillas are? I mean, I think I can fuck up a gorilla with bare hands. I practiced MMA for 7 years now, boxing in parallel for 6 years. I could. Not to count strength training at the gym for 4 years. I'm 6'1.5" or 189 pounds. I have an insane, speed reflexes similar to my speed. I just have to wait for the gorilla to charge me, dodge his attacks, and throw good punches to the gorilla's head. I won't stop, and at the smallest mistake he does, that gorilla is finished. You'll always have, people thinking that it's impossible. No, first, nothing is impossible with Will, my friends, and 2, That's not with your weak bodies that you'll do anything to that gorilla. Any man with a minimum of training can beat a gorilla with a knife anyway. With bare hands, that's not necessarily more complicated. It just requires technical skills. But still, most people will lose to a gorilla, and that most people is Team EU. I mean, are they even Team EU anymore? Didn't the Queen take Portugal out of the European Union? If you're still not convinced about voting for Team NA as your presidential candidate, I promise to lower guild store taxes and fix lag in Zerodead once and for all. Now vote for me. Now, as part of the typical political dungeon process, I must smear the names of my opponents. First of all, I don't even know enough about these EU players to even diss them. Like, who's this Olulu guy? Let's YouTube him. Okay, looks like he plays a magical warden. That's going to be a weak link in their group, to be honest. And it looks like he sometimes plays Magic Nightblade or Magic Necromancer. I mean, what is this? World record? Who cares about world records? So 2015. Okay, well, he may have a chance with that Magic Necromancer. I have to admit, because Necromancer is pay to win, as all PvPers know. But this EU team is probably bringing all Magic DPS. Listen, you know how I make those PvE rate composition videos, guys? You don't think I can do the same for 4-man groups? Alright, check this out. Me on the Templar tank for that minor sorcery, alright? So, yeah, I'm coming on with Templar tank, as I said before. Rogue Dragon 15, the guy I picked up in Crackling Zone Chat, I crafted him some Julianos with Twice Worn Star, so he can use a Shadow and Thief Mundus on the Magic Dragon Knight to give us Engulfing Flames and Zen's Redress. Meme Dang Extra, I never really heard of this guy, but I saw him one-shot someone in the Undaunted Enclave in Stormhaven. So I told him to go to Skyreach and grind up a Max Orc. And he told me he had a Magic Source already, and I told him, you know what? No, you have to grind up an Argonian Stamina Sorcerer and use Necropotence with Immovability Pots so we can skip the first trash and not get stunned. Finally, Kodayak709 over here, I've outfitted on a Stamina Dragon Knight for that stagger uptime with Stone Giant, and he'll be in the classical Eben and Hunting's Rage setup with Dual Wield on the front bar and Restless Staff on the back bar, so he can heal me on the first boss. If, and this is a big if somehow we lose, alright, and you voted for us, then Team EU probably DDoS me, alright, because even Andy S sent me a vote of confidence in the mail. Don't worry, everyone, our Chance Stamina Magicka Hybrid comp is going to assuredly secure us the victory at QuakeCon this year against the Virgin EU Magicka comp. Next patch is Waking Stam, don't forget about that. Waking Stam, not Waking Flame, not Waking Mag, it's Waking Stam, and don't forget, vote Team NA or you're dead to me. Please like and subscribe though.